morning, this is Bob Mason from FX Empire, and welcome to the daily crypto tech review of Bitcoin, EOS, Ethereum, and Ripple's XRP. We'll be looking at the MACDs, moving averages, and the day's support, resistance, and pivot levels. It is Sunday, the 30th of August. Jumping straight into Bitcoin against the US dollar, looking at the hourly candlesticks, particularly bullish start to the day. We've seen Bitcoin break through the first major resistance level, sitting at 11,582. To return to 11,600 levels. Key through the morning would be to avoid a pullback through 11 to sub 11,600 levels to support a run at the second major resistance level that sits at 11,672. In the event of a continued crypto rally through the day, expect Bitcoin to test resistance at 11,700 before any pullback. We would expect Bitcoin to fall short of resistance levels at 11,800, however. In the event of a pullback through to sub 11,600 levels, got the pivot level at 11,516, a pullback through there, and then you've got the first major support level sitting at 11,426. Barring a crypto meltdown on the day, Bitcoin should avoid sub 11,400s, and the second major support level sitting at 11,360. Looking at the MACD, we had that bullish crossover and a widening of the bullish histogram supportive of the morning breakout, and we saw the 50 EMA cross over the 100 and narrow the gap with the 200 supportive of a bullish day ahead. So looking at the MACDs and the EMAs, that suggests that Bitcoin should be targeting 11,700 levels on the day. So key through the morning would be to avoid a pullback through to sub 11,600 and that first major resistance level at 11,582. Moving across to EOS against the US dollar, tracking the broader market bullish start, we saw EOS break through the first major resistance level, sitting at 3.1930 early on before pulling back. Through the morning, going to need to see EOS avoid a fall through the pivot at 3.1396 to support another breakout through that first major resistance level at 3.193. Barring an extended crypto rally through the day, EOS should come up short of 3.25 levels, however, and the second major resistance level at 3.2581. A fall through the pivot would bring the first major support level sitting at 3.0737 into play. Barring an extended crypto sell-off on the day, EOS should avoid sub 3s. Got the second major support level sitting at 3.0203 to limit the downside. Looking at the MACD, we've seen a narrowing of the bearish histograms and the start of a bullish crossover, supportive of this morning's breakout, and we've seen the 50 EMA narrow the gap with the 100 and the 200, so that's supportive of a bullish day ahead. So key through the morning would be to avoid a fall back to sub 315s and that pivot level at 3.1396 to support another big back through to 3.20 levels. Looking at Ethereum against the US dollar, also a particularly bullish start to the morning, with Ethereum getting pinned back by the first major resistance level, sitting at 405.49. So key through the morning will be to avoid a pullback through to sub 400s and the pivot level at 399 to support a breakout from that first major resistance level. That would bring the second major resistance level at 412.39 into play, but expect plenty of resistance at 410. A fallback through to sub 400 and the pivot level would bring the first major support level sitting at 392 into play. Barring an extended crypto sell-off on the day, Ethereum should avoid sub 390s. Got the second major support level sitting at 385.43. Looking at the MACDs, seeing a narrowing of the bearish histograms and a possible bullish crossover formation. And we saw yesterday the 50 EMA do a bullish crossover through the 200 and through the morning widen the gap from the 200 and the 100, supportive of a breakout. So key through the morning, avoid sub 400s, and a break back through to 410s would then bring second major resistance level into play on the day. Finally, looking at Ripple's XRP against the US dollar, also bullish through the morning, with the first major resistance level sitting at 0.2779, pinning Ripple's XRP back in the early part of the day. Key through the morning would be to avoid a pullback to sub 275s and that pivot level at 2733 to support a run at 0.28 levels. Barring an extended rally on the day, the second major resistance level at 0.2818 would likely limit any upside. A fall back through to sub 0.275 levels and the pivot level at 0.2733 would bring the first major support level at 0.2694 into play. Barring an extended sell-off on the day, however, Ripple's XRP should avoid sub 0.27 levels. Looking at the MACDs, we're showing a widening of the bullish histograms following the bullish crossover in the early part of this morning. And looking at the 50 EMA, we're seeing that narrow against the 100 and the 200, supportive of a possible breakout. So key through the morning, avoid sub 0.275s, and to move out through that first major resistance level would then bring 0.28s into play on the day.